Hey everyone, welcome back to Shelf Life Lego for yet another city update. And since last update, I've done a couple of small edits in the city. I added these bollards here on both sides of this crosswalk for pedestrian safety to keep the cars out and to keep the cyclists and the other pedestrians safe. And then I added one more section here in the promenade. I don't have the tiles to finish it up, but it's coming along, and that is the edge to the table. It kind of finishes off the plywood pretty nicely. And then moving along, I have I think the Jazz Club was in place officially last time, but police station, the annex that we added, started to add some vehicles out here in front. Of course, we have our extended courthouse, which is looking good. Added the Fire Brigade next to the courthouse. And then the construction site Bricklink building that is being put up. So I think that looks good here. I also added a couple of bollards here in front of the courthouse, again, from keeping people from just driving into the front of it. And I'll probably actually add a couple in front of the police department as well. Just waiting a couple tile orders to finish this up. And so today, since I'm waiting on an order, I figured I would do a couple of real easy things. Wanted to add a statue here in the park, and then I have a place for a statue here in front of the fire brigade. So let's get to the build desk and get started. All right, so here we are over at our build desk, and we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. Instead of working on some of our buildings, going to work on a couple of statues to place in my city. So the first one is going to go in the park area, and I don't have anything else set up for the park other than the statue, so I figured I might as well go ahead and put this in. That way I wouldn't keep pushing back videos. So this is going to be a marble statue, so we're going to do it all in white. And we're going to start with some 1x1s and some of these 1x2 modifieds with the, I think it's flutes. Do this, another 1x1. And we'll just do this around all four sides to get a base. And I didn't put anything in the middle. Structurally, it might need something. We'll see when I'm done, but I didn't want to waste the parts if I didn't have to. One more line in here. And these modifiers are just to give the build a little bit of texture, so it's not just one big white blob. And there we have our base. And then we can go in with some of these corner slopes. We'll put one of those in each corner. And then in between those, I'm just going to use some regular 2x2 slopes. And then we're going to put a 1x4 tile. And this is kind of where the integrity comes into question. But I have some already put together. There. There. And finally here. And that gives us our nice wide base. And then we will build up from there. So each corner will get a stack of 1x1s. And then on the next corner, we're going to do a 1-on-1 and then one of these modified 1x1s with a stud on two sides. And we're going to put that here. And we're going to vary it again. So the opposite corner will get two 1x1s. And then the last corner will get another 1x1 and a modified 1x1. And what that does is allows us to put in a couple of these 1x2x3 panels with just a 1x2 tile on the end of it. And I'm going to put one here. here. And then we can put our 1x1s in. We'll do the same thing on this side. And here. And I see this a lot in statues. Like there's areas where there's some inscriptions of what the statue's for, what happened and whatnot. I think that looks pretty good. So to top off this section, we're just going to use a 6x6 plate. Put that on here to lock it in. And then we're going to kind of keep going up and toward the middle with more of these corner slopes. And then also the same thing as below, just regular 2x2s in between those. Oh boy. All right. So then for this top part, I already have, it's a 4x4 plate with some tiles and a couple plates on it. Oops. And we'll go ahead and put that in place as well. And here is the base of our statue. So for this statue, I'm going to use this horse, one that's able to be posed and up in the air. I think it's a, people think it's factual that I guess a horse with 2 legs up in the air means the rider died in battle. 1 leg up in the air means it was, the rider was wounded and died after battle. And I guess all 4 on the ground means that the rider died from something other than battle, and I guess that's a bunch of malarkey. It's not true, but I guess it's considered an urban legend, which I found very interesting. But I'm going to use this horse, and then use this character. Just got as many white pieces as possible, and I don't know, maybe she was a founding soldier for freedom of the city. I don't know. It just went well together for me, so I figured I would use it and put her on top of this pedestal. And I think that looks pretty good. And then finally, we're going to add a squirrel. And I think that is going to do it for this statue. And I think I just got to figure out what I'm going to do as far as walking paths and plants and whatnot and figure. So if anybody has any ideas to go here, I'm all open. I got a big park, so I need to figure out some ideas. The leading idea right now is for a disc golf course. So send me your ideas in the comments, and we can move on to the next statue. Okay, so this next statue is going out in front of the Fire Brigade modular. And honestly, I just wanted to use pieces I had kind of in my junk box. So pieces that were statue colored or stuff that I would never use. So I have this piece, not even sure what it was from, but I use this as the base. And we're going to add another piece that I would probably never use. We're going to add some Technic pins here, and then we're going to pop it in, and we have the base of our statue. It's different shape. Instead of being square, it's round, so it's a little different. And then on top, I'm going to add some of these little 1x1 with bar pieces upside down in here, and in the top of the Technic pins as well. And they don't hold super well, but I'll have something on top to keep them in place, and that's just to bring a little color into it. The statue is going to be gold, so this adds a good piece to go with the statue itself. And I have one of these pieces, little bar piece, and that is going to go in the center right here. And that is the base of our statue. All right, so up from here, it's kind of same old, using 2x2 round. And then when it goes on here, then that's what locks those pieces in place so they don't fall out. And then we're just going to put a couple jumpers. I might switch that to the new circular, the half circle jumpers that came out, but this is what I had, so this is what I'm going to use now. And then I had, well, since it's going in front of the Fire Brigade, I have a firefighter, gold firefighter. Maybe he was higher up. He has these tassels here on the shoulders, but just a gold crowbar and a gold fire extinguisher, and then we'll put him on top there. And that's pretty much it, just basic, but it adds a little bit of culture to the city. And so I'll go and we'll put these in the city and see what they look like. All right, so here we have our marble statue in place here in the park. I'm still working on something for this area here, but I think this would be a good entrance to the park area. And I just got this slide from Pick a Brick Wall, so I figured I'd put it here. Imagine at some point I could put a playground in here. That might work. But lots of room for any suggestions. And then the other statue that we built today, in front of the Fire Brigade, just to attach it to the base, I'm just going to use one of these 2x2 plate and then one of these 2x2 Technic pins, and we're going to put that there. And then ideally this will just kind of slip on top. And there he goes. So I think that looks pretty good out front. So I think for today that is going to do it. Again, suggestions on what I can do with these areas would be fantastic. But I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.